Hey people, it is Thursday, October the 6th. The time is 11:08 in the morning and it is currently 18 degrees Celsius. And I'm here on the corner of Queen Street East and Church Street, looking south down Church. And I thought for today I would do something that maybe I've done once before a long time ago in another part of the city. I'm going to walk between the two royal streets in downtown, namely Queen Street and King Street. No thanks. Oh. So I'm going to alternate between Queen and King, taking streets that connect the two as I make my way heading westward from this point. So as I said, I'm currently walking south on Church. I think I did a walk between Queen and King a long time ago, more in the west end of the city. These two streets are rather long, and they do cut across a good portion of the city. But I haven't done it right in the core of downtown before. I did recently do a video along this part of Church Street though, walking in the other direction. But we won't be on here for much longer. King Street is just a couple blocks up ahead. And lots of construction around here, as I mentioned in my previous Church Street video. This Church Street corridor is being transformed by high-rise residential buildings. And in a few years' time, it will be a pretty impressive canyon of skyscrapers in sections. Here's Adelaide Street. Speaking of impressive skyscraper canyons, that's one of the best ones in the city. As is King Street, which we'll be getting onto within the next minute or so. It's the next street up ahead. And there's the King streetcar. Both King and Queen do have streetcar lines. The famous 501 Queen, which is probably the most well-known streetcar line in the city, and the 504 King. And here we are at Church and King, so I'm going to start making my way west along King Street here. Maybe I'll cross to the other side. I think the view walking along King is a bit better from the south side of the street. Well, you can hear the bells at St James Cathedral. That's just right behind me. I recently did a video where I went inside the cathedral. That was the first time I'd ever done that. Now the next major street that connects King and Queen is Victoria Street, which is another block up ahead, but Toronto Street is right here. It's just a 1 block long street that only goes as far up as Adelaide, but I think I'll take Toronto Street and then make my way over to Victoria Street from Adelaide. Toronto Street is a neat little street. Too bad it's so short. At one time, almost every building on Toronto Street was a beautiful pre-war or Victorian structure, and over the years, some of those buildings were lost to redevelopment, unfortunately, but there still are some of the old beauties remaining here. And this small office building here might be coming down in the near future, as there is a new proposal for this site for a much taller building. A new skyscraper, a residential building, is proposed for that site. And this is a nice classic older office building here. I'm not sure what year this was built, but probably sometime between 1900 and 1930. Alright, I'll just cross to the other side and we'll get a look at that nice old building I just talked about before I make my way over to Victoria Street. And here it is here. Probably one of the earliest skyscrapers of the era. Of course, it's not a skyscraper by modern standards. Here's Victoria Street. We're going to make our way north here now, back up to Queen. And the beautiful Confederation Life building. And crossing Richmond Street. And here we are back at Queen, so now we're going to head west again.
How are you guys?
I'm Syrian this morning.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd that go? Late summer.
So the next major street connecting Queen and King is Yonge, so we'll get to walk down Yonge for a few blocks, which of course is the main street of downtown Toronto by what most people would consider to be the main and most important street anyway. Some might argue Bloor. But I think it's Yonge hands down. There's a look north. And it is getting rather close to the lunch hour, so I think it's starting to see a lot more people on the streets at this time of day on a weekday. A lot more people are back in the office now, especially on a Thursday. I think those who are working hybrid schedules do tend to come in on Thursdays and stay home on a Friday. Maybe I'll cross to the other side. We're going to be hanging a right on King Street, the next block down. And from this side of the street, you also get a better look at these beautiful old pre-war skyscrapers here on the southern end of Yonge Street. We're in the financial district now.
All the gyms is not a nice one.
I think this is my favorite one of these pre-war towers. That one dates from the early 1900s, as do these other ones. We're back on King Street. We're going to make our way west once again. And the next street to take us back up to Queen will be Bay Street, right through the very heart of the financial district. And this is Commerce Court North. That was completed in 1931, and it was the tallest building in the city all the way up until the 1960s, when the first Toronto Dominion Centre Tower was completed. And that first Toronto Dominion Centre Tower is just coming into view right now. It's the taller of these black office towers you can see up ahead. And when it went up, it looked like an enormous monolith towering over the rest of the downtown skyline, dwarfing the Commerce Court North building. Here you can see most of the TD Centre towers. There are actually two more. Or actually one more that you can't see. There's 5 in total, is what I'm trying to say. And here's Bay Street. It's looking south. But we're going to head north now, back up to Queen. And First Canadian Place across the street. Currently the tallest office tower in the city. There are 3 new residential towers currently under construction now that will be taller than First Canadian Place. So after decades of being number one, it's suddenly going to find itself at number 4 among the tallest buildings in the city. Not counting the CN Tower, that stands as a separate category. Not really a building, but more of a freestanding structure is how the tower is classified. This is an interesting alleyway here. You get quite the view looking up at the Scotia Plaza and the St Regis Hotel, which was once known as the Trump Tower. Crossing Adelaide once again. And I always like to look around here in this part of the financial district. I love the feeling of being closed in by tall buildings. And as you can see, there's just constant construction all around the area. Closed lanes, blocked sidewalks, noise galore. And you can see the clock tower of Old City Hall. just about back at Queen again.
Right.
Alright, now westward we go once again. And there you can see City Hall across the street. And Bay Street continues north, all the way up past Bloor. You can make out the now iconic Toronto sign at Nathan Phillips Square. And another look at Old City Hall before we move too far away. And this is probably one of the least pleasant parts of Queen Street to walk along here, past the Sheraton Centre Hotel. And across the street is Osgoode Hall, a fantastic old historic building. Of course, it's kind of hard to see it. The grounds are so heavily treed, and this huge cast iron fence wraps around the entire property. You can just go inside, though, the grounds and walk around and take a look. And I have done that in many other videos. And there's the 501 Queen. It'll make its way all the way down to the Beaches neighborhood in the far east end. It's now south on York Street, back down to King. And we've got more blocked off construction nonsense here. So I suppose I'll cross the street. I've seen these buses with the Eglinton West route on them parked in this area, and I've always been wondering what is the deal with that. That is a route far, far away from here. And say hello once again to Adelaide Street. We're right in the middle of that impressive skyscraper canyon that I mentioned way at the beginning of the video, way back at the beginning of the video.
Roger still on there? Yeah.
And back to King Street. I think for the last time, because I'm going to make my way over to University Avenue and then north on University Avenue to Queen, and that's where I'll be ending the video, at Queen and University. There you can see the tip of the CN Tower. And this is University Avenue, so north we go. And this new tower on Adelaide Street always catches my eye. It's looking very, very sleek and starting to look extremely tall as well. Anything other than a blue or green glass box stands out immediately, because we've had so many buildings like that constructed around the downtown area. It's nice to see development moving away from that. I'm just walking past Shangri-La, and the Momofuku restaurant here at the base of the hotel, I heard, was closing. It's been there for about 10 years or so. And there's already plans for a new restaurant to take over that space. And there's the Canada Life building and Queen Street.
Where's the nearest
So I'm going to wrap things up here at Queen Street West and University Avenue. Hope you enjoyed this royal walk, alternating between Queen Street and King Street as we move from east to west across the main core of the city, really. The financial district, for the most part. The heart of the skyscraper core, if you will. So let me know your thoughts below in the comments. How do you think Toronto is looking these days? I think it's looking just as busy as 2019. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. And also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue